It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty woods, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in this neighborhood with you, so let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? Hello, television neighbors. Welcome back to this television neighborhood. I got 3 things I would like to show you today. It says Merry Christmas truck that you see right here. This is the Expect big screen, a better way for you to watch movies that you love right here. And the Paul Simon Graceland music from the motion picture soundtrack that you see right here. Oh, look at who's at the door already. Why, it's Mr. McFeely.
Well, good morning, Victor. You want me to come over where you are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I will. I was just hanging out, waiting to be invited in.
Why, Mr. McFeely?
Why, Victor George Sprinkle, how are you?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
Welcome to my television house.
Well, it's good to be in the house.
So I hear you have a film in the pretend picture
Well,
on how people make honey?
well, you hear correctly. I do have a film on how people make honey. Mrs. McFeely and I have beehives, and we collect honey every year.
So would you please put the film in the pretend picture and show me and my television neighbors how people make honey?
I put the film in. Okay, we can watch now. But you know, Victor and television audience, people don't make honey, like you just said. Bees make honey. So, as you see in the film here, there's the beehive, and look at all those bees going in and out, and they're carrying pollen and some nectar, and the next thing you know, they're inside the hive. Oh, and look, there's some film from inside the hive, and it shows the comb. And oh my goodness, the bees are making honey and putting it in the honeycomb. And oh, look at that. Now they're chewing up sealing wax and they're sealing in the honey that they just put in the comb. And that's how bees make honey.
Why, thank you, Mr. McFeely. That was really splendid.
Well, you're very welcome, Victor. May I go now?
Yes, you may go,
okay.
Mr. McFeely.
Okay, I will.
Oh, I'm well. Before we go and visit my dear friend, Mr. Hugh Lofting at our neighborhood apartment building, we have just enough time for some make believe before we go to our neighborhood apart building to visit Mr. Hugh Lofting. So, Trolley, hi Trolley. Now we've been make believing that XDL and King Friday were making a colorful scrapbook today at the school of someplace else in the neighborhood of make believe. So why don't we just pretend today that they're still deciding on the first piece of the contest medal, and they still are unsure what color medal they're going to give for first prize winner. So, who do you think is going to win this contest? Well, we'll make believe some more about that now as the trolley goes in front of the castle in the neighborhood of make believe. Are you ready to go, trolley? Okay. Charles R. Aber, provider of found medals for the scrapbook contest, I presume?
Well, you presume correctly as usual, Your Highness. I've never known you to make a mistake.
I was wondering if you were giving the medals to X the Owl.
I am giving X the Owl a medal. I am indeed. He earned it.
Now, is the contest being ready to be judged by all?
Well, it is ready to be judged. I don't know if it's by all or not, but it's ready to be judged by the judges.
Why, thank you, Mr. Aber. That was very keen of you to think about XDL and Daniel Tiger.
Oh, I didn't actually think about Daniel Tiger. I probably should have, though, because he earned a medal also.
I think you have done a nifty-galifty job of giving Daniel and myself a gold medal for the scrapbook contest, Mr. Aber.
Well, actually, you get the gold medal, X, because you won first place. Daniel gets a silver medal because he came in second according to the judges. So 1 gold medal for you, 1 silver medal for Daniel.
Well, Trolley, we'll have to pretend some more about the judging stand another time. Goodbye, Trolley. Well, I wonder what the judges will think of this scrapbook contest. Well, we'll make believe some more about that the next time. But before I go visit Mr. Hugh Lofting, who is the author of the Dr. Dolittle stories, I got a song for you. It's you I like. It's not the things you wear. It's not the way you do your hair. But it's you I like. The way you are right now. The way down deep inside you. Not the things that hide you. Not your toys. They're just beside you. But it's you I like. Every part of you. Your skin, your eyes, your feelings, whether old or new. I hope that you'll remember, even when you're feeling blue, that it's you I like. It's you yourself. It's you I like. Well, I think it's time to go visit Mr. Hugh Lofting's place. So, why don't we just go over there now and see Mr. Hugh Lofting over at his neighborhood apartment building right now. So, come along. Mr. Hugh Lofting.
Oh, Victor George Sprinkle, good to see you again, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Good. What brings you to my humble abode?
Well, I wanted you to meet my television friend. This is Mr. Hugh Lofting.
Well, hello, television friend.
Author of the Dr. Dolittle stories.
Well, I am indeed, as a matter of fact. Television friend, have you read any of those stories? Maybe.
So, Hugh Lofting.
Yes?
How did you got started in writing your books about the Dr. Dolittle stories?
Well, when I was in junior high school, I had an English composition teacher, Mrs. Shields. I loved that woman. She got me interested in writing by simply teaching her class and giving assignments. And then when I wrote my first essay for her, it was a disaster. Oh, it was so bad. And rather than getting angry with me, she said, Hugh, you need some help, and I'm here for you. And she took me under her wing, and she taught me how to write, and I owe just about all of my writing expertise to Mrs. Shields.
Now, I heard from your teacher that all of your Dr. Dolittle stories is about a doctor that can speak to animals. Is that true?
Well, that is true. That was, I have to confess, one of Mrs. Shields' ideas. She came up with that idea, and if you read the introduction to my book, carefully, you'll see that I acknowledge her as being the inspiration for my books.
Now, I hear when you were 10 years old, Hugh, that you got so interested in writing these books about a doctor who didn't express himself to animals. Who, like, as in the beginning of the stories, he like hated animals who could talk because they were annoying.
Well, you got that partially correct, Victor. It wasn't when I was 10. It was when I was 12. I had just started junior high school and had my first class with Mrs. Shields, and the Dr. Dolittle character came up, and we kicked it around, because I, as you just noted, said that Dr. Dolittle was, irritated with talking animals because they bothered him. And Mrs. Shields said, aha, but what if he could talk to them? And that's how the idea was born. Yeah.
Well, Hugh, I have just one more question before I return back to my television home.
Oh, okay.
I suppose when children read the Dr. Dolittle stories, they must get great advice from you because you're their best friend and wonderful children's writer, and they believe how much you really care for young children when you write these wonderful short stories.
Well, all of my Dr. Dolittle stories are directed and for the benefit of small children because, adults know that animals don't talk to humans and humans can't really communicate with animals except on a very fundamental level, like teaching your dog or your monkey some tricks and stuff like that. But for the most part, all of the Dr. Dolittle books are directed solely at youngsters.
Well, Mr. Hugh Lofting, it was a pleasure visiting you at your neighborhood apartment. I certainly hope I get the chance to visit with you soon again one of these days.
Well, I hope you come back tomorrow. That would be grand, even if you don't bring your television neighbor. We can just sit and chat.
Well, I would love to bring back my television neighbor.
Oh, okay. If you insist, I thought maybe just the two of us could reminisce about old times, and, but, if you want to bring your audience, that's fine.
All right. Well, I hope to see you back same place, same time tomorrow.
I'll look forward to it.
All right. Goodbye, Mr. Lofting.
Goodbye, Victor.
Well, come along. Let's go back to my place. no, I just like to play something for you on the piano before I leave. You see, each musical note plays a different song or note. And there are so many different keys that make all different types of music. And that's what I love best. And that's why I love playing music, because it does give you a happy feeling to know that when you read books or play music to help you enjoy musical notes, you really get a special version of the feeling to know that helps you become the master of the mad that you feel, and not be able to hurt yourself or anybody else. I hope you master the mad that you feel when you read books, and that gives me a happy feeling that I get to share with you all the musical notes and give you happy feelings to share with all the musical notes and the same keys that I get to play with you each day, and still have a happy feeling, because it makes me feel happy too. It's such a good feeling to know you're alive. It's such a happy feeling. You're growing inside, and when you wake up ready to say, I think I'll make a snappy new day, it's such a good feeling. A very good feeling. The feeling you know that I'll be back when the day is new, and I'll have more ideas for you, and you'll have things you want to talk about. I will too. You always make each day and each week a special one for me. You know how? By just your being yourself. There's only one person in this whole world like you, and people can love you exactly as you are. And I'll be back tomorrow, television neighbors. Goodbye.